Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Brandon Town Council planning meeting of Monday, the 5th of August. We have a full committee today. There's no members of the public present. No apologies for absence. The declarations of interest. Everybody has signed the book of interest there. So item number 3 on the agenda is to receive, confirm and sign the minutes of the planning committee meeting 1st of July. Could I have a proposal, please? Nikki, seconder. Paul, thank you. All those in favour? Carried. Paul, thank you. Matters arising from that, anybody?
Not me.
No? Okay. Yeah, we're getting a good accurate report of what we are discussing, even if we seem to whiz through quickly. But we are being accurate. Public participation, we have nobody here. I know we started a moment too early, but we are now getting on 12 and we have nobody. So planning applications, item 1 is 25 Bracken Rise. I can't remember who I asked for this one. Paul, thank you, Paul.
Yeah, I've been around to the property. It's got quite high fences here, you can't really see too much. But it's a very large plot. And on the plans, there's nothing to say that it couldn't go up. I think I'm in favour.
Yeah, I'll agree with the Councillor Gorringe there. There was just one complaint. You member of the public, and I was a bit confused on how this member of the public would be able to see this flat roof. I don't have an issue with a flat roof, and there's a big plot. I'll take the extension. Now, I support the application, Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Any other points that want to pick up from that? Okay, so it would seem that we would be in favour of supporting the application. Is that correct?
I propose, Chairman.
Yeah, proposed by Victor Lucannick, Councillor Lucannick, seconded by Councillor Gorringe. To support everybody? Yeah, all in favour? Thank you. The second item is a planning application for new biking lodge in Heath Road. Henry?
Yeah. I didn't actually get to see the place, but I can work out how to get there. I mean, I read the plan report there. I can't see a great problem. I take it they're trying to take away the actual agricultural status of it. It hasn't been farmed since Basil died, and it's been rented out to Americans and other people since then. And basically, that's what they're trying to carry that on, that sort of rental side of things. But the only thing I might think is, would that sort of then lead to maybe other things being built on that side once they've taken away the agricultural side? But again, that wouldn't be a bad thing.
Well, again, it would come to us.
It's just out of sight, out of mind.
It seems to be in the middle of nowhere, doesn't it?
Vic, do you have any points?
Well, I'll have to agree with Councillor Kristevsky, and I think the condition is lifted, then I don't see any problems in that, and that may release at some stage additional housing on Green Road, which we are desperately in need of. And I notice that large proportions of period that has been rented out to non-agricultural people. So if we lift that condition, that might make life easier. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So again, it looks like a support for this restriction.
I'll propose, Chairman.
Proposed and seconded by Councillor Kosecki. Those in favour of supporting? All carried. Thank you. Item 3, the consultation land at Richmond Road. This has come back to us now. This is the 3rd visit, isn't it, I believe? This is the lorry wash bit.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If I may, I mean, it's come back as a re-application because he never had planning permission for the hard standing. He never had planning permission for the gate or the fencing. So I haven't changed my mind on this. I can't support the application. Just encourage HGVs in Brandon, and I think Richmond Road is a small minor road, and I'm not convinced that'll take additional HGV manoeuvres. So I'm minded not to support the application. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, I think I'm of a similar opinion as previously. The lorry access down there is a little bit tight. I was also concerned about the chemicals. There didn't seem to be a lot of mention there of getting rid of, I think it's all eco consumption on it now, isn't it, where they store it and reuse. Any other comments on that there? So we're looking at objecting still to continue the objection we raised last time with no additional points added. Just to confirm our last one.
Yeah.
Your proposer, please.
What we vote to,
We're proposing to object.
object to the application.
Yes, on the same conditions as our last
That's what the vote's
objection.
for, then to object to the application.
So proposer is councillor Carrick. Seconder, please. Paul, thank you, Paul. All those in favour of objection? All others? Okay, so we just got there, Jeff. Objecting on the previous grounds.
That's a cow watch, the.
On the lot, that's a lot of wash. Proposed Victor, seconded Paul, and all others carried. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Item 4, I think this was yours, Nikki.
Yes, an application for the entrance doors renovation and then door window. The law is different with pubs. But to change a pub into a private dwelling, which there hasn't been an application put in yet. So the law changed in 2000, and if it's a building that was used for community use, there has to be a cooling off period. I was talking to Tamara about it today, and then a week. There has to be a cooling off period before you're allowed to put permission in to change that from a public house to a private dwelling. There is a live enforcement case, which I've got the number to, EN 230219, with an allegation of contractors living on site. This planning application just supports the living on site. And when there's an enforcement case already in place, I don't think we can support it. It'd be going against what the planning law already fighting. It looks like a really big build. It's a long roof at the back. We'll discuss this. It is a long roof at the back, but they should, at the moment, they shouldn't, although it's an existing premises, to me, that looks like the first step in turning that into a private dwelling. And they're ignoring the cooling off period, they're ignoring the process that they should be going through. And if there's a live enforcement case now, I don't think it's possible.
I think I agree with what Nikki said there about live enforcement.
It's upstairs, everybody.
So, any,
It's their way up.
they want to get the staircase across, so it basically goes from the backyard up round it, it's a hell of a staircase. The door window doesn't look too bad, the door window doesn't make any difference anyway, because it goes on the back, so you don't really see it really. But the staircase is the first step into making that a separate.
Isn't that a legal requirement for anybody living above anywhere? To have
I think it depends on
a
the
fire
age.
escape?
I think it depends on the age of the building.
I think from what I've read, as a licensed premises and the building owner living there, the fire escape wasn't, it's when it becomes, it's
They
almost
shouldn't
like
be
it's
living
becoming
there
a
without it
HMO,
being-
isn't it?
Yeah, they should not be living there without it being a public house. There has been no change of purpose.
There's a greyhound in West Edmonds. The bottom is being let as a pub, and upstairs the flats.
Because it's still being let as a pub. But one of
And then they're gonna let it, wasn't let it.
no, but they haven't applied for check, so there's no change of purpose to that building.
So that's an accommodation.
The fact that there was accommodation there was fine, it's absolutely fine, but it's still not being used as a public house. So it's still not fulfilling what it should be doing, which is why the enforcement case is in place. From what I understand, I've just been talking to planning. I'm not an expert.
The actual planning application is right around a post at the end of White Hart Lane, nowhere near the bell, so
No.
people can't see it. Why that was.
I think maybe why it's not even a permanent no, but at the moment, while there's a live enforcement case, I do think that we should.
Yeah.
Well, just explain the enforcement,
The enforcement case is the allegation of contractors living on site,
right,
which they are.
and they are living on, and there's no permitted, no permission for them to be on there, then, is that what it's?
At the moment, that is billed as a public house, so the premise, the living quarters went hand in hand with that public house. While it's not being used as a public house, it kind of negates the
So-
living dwelling.
If the pub's closed, but it could still open as a pub, and I
Yeah.
think that's the cooling off
Yeah.
period there. They could still be letting the accommodation at the back,
Yeah.
because that was part of the pub's business. The accommodation upstairs could still be used for the owners to live in,
You have to
not
have-
the,
Yeah, you have to have a certain amount of time, and I can't remember, I've got to talk to tomorrow again, there's a certain amount of cooling off period, or a certain amount of time to prove, basically to the community that we don't need that building.
you don't need it.
So it still applies to like sports centres, village halls, public houses, things like that.
I think this is all to do with this community asset register,
It
isn't it?
changed in
Things like
two
that.
thousand, when
Yeah.
the pubs started closing straight, especially straight, and then COVID here as well, it did change in 2000, but there has to be a point.
Okay. So if there's an enforcement on it, I think I'm of the mind that we can't pass that at this moment. in
I
time.
don't think so, I think we'd be going against planning, which is recommended.
Did you want to just perhaps defer it, or so we can't comment on it, we can't deal with it because of the enforcement,
I'm happy to defer it while the enforcement
Yeah,
works in place.
Yeah, I think that's a sensible idea to do that.
It's got here, it says consultation expires on 31st of July.
Ours always lands at sort of quite tricky times, don't they? Where they do it on a monthly thing. So this would have come in quite late in the day.
I think they've left it like for a reason, I don't know, they'll actually have a look at it.
So what have we got? We've got no comment, object or support.
There's no code on it. I'd like to, I wouldn't comment on it because I weren't aware of the enforcement. I weren't aware of the enforcement issue on it, you know.
That was on.
Can we try and word something that we have no objections to it, so long as it fulfills the requirements
Either that
of a community asset closing? Is that how we word it?
I don't think it's going to hurt to object to that, reapply, they will reapply if they want the house.
Yeah.
They want it there, but you know, like I said, it's only the enforcement case that puts me against it. And like I said, I know what it's about, because they were saying to me, do you know for sure there's a, I was like, I don't want to, that's not my sense.
Well, if we object to it, on what grounds would that be?
There's a live enforcement case.
Because I think, I'm pretty sure that then actually you can then go and
We can go back and revisit
go
it,
back
can't
and
we?
revisit, and then you can say that you now,
Support or
We object on the
whatever.
grounds that the enforcement case is live,
Yeah.
but we're happy for you to resubmit when
Yeah,
it's.
yeah,
Sorry.
I think that's the way, is it? So we would object to the application whilst there is a live
Enforcement case, which are the
Enforcement
enforcement
case.
number,
oh, yeah.
the enforcement number is EN 230219. And that
Okay,
is for allocation of contractors living on site.
okay, Coach, can we take a vote on what we've just suggested there as the objection?
Who's going to propose it?
I'll propose it.
I'll second that. And the objection is, could you just read that for us, Jackie, please?
That we object, Brandon Council will object due to the live enforcement case that is current, please resubmit when.
Okay, all in favour? Those?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody, carried out.
So that's an objection.
Okay, the next one on the agenda, our favourite one's trees, 78 London Road. This is quite a large, it says it's an elm, is it an elm?
No, it's not cedar.
It's a cedar, it says cedar, sorry,
Yeah.
it's cedar, that's it, and they want to replace it with an oak.
It's a beautiful tree, it's in the wrong place, it's a monster.
It is
And
high,
it's given the house problems.
Yeah.
It's overgrown, it's outgrown that particular spot.
Yeah.
It was a nice ornamental tree, I can remember it when it was tiny. It's now, if you pull out of it, that lose all its shape.
it's beyond the house, isn't it? It's in height wise,
Yeah,
and the width of it, yeah, it should have been managed properly all the way through its life, and as Victor says, if you cut it out and pull out, it is awful. I don't imagine it's doing the Flint property next door any good.
no, but there's no, I looked, At 8 o'clock last night, there was no complaints from local people, so I'd support felling. I'm minded to support felling of the tree.
With the condition, as they've stated, that they will replant an area. So it does state in there, maybe, that that's what they'll do, yeah.
Somewhat small ornamental tree.
Yeah, they just need to do something right there with the advice of their tree surgeon, I think.
That'll be referred to the tree officer anyway.
Any other comments on the table? Okay, so, do we have a proposal?
I'm proposing, to fell the tree, correct?
Yeah, I'll second. So that's to support that application to fell. Those in favour, please? Unanimous. Thank you. The last one is an extension on you. Have you got that, Jackie? Because I can't. My mind's gone now. The last item is an extension on Linnet Crescent.
It's carport, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's to there's a carport already existing there. And they want to remove it, replace it with a new one, and there's some cladding that's already applied to the building, and there's some rendering somewhere that, so they want to just match everything up. So I think that's the reason the application is in. The elevation is slightly higher, but it didn't look anything drastic at all. Not overlooking anybody. There's no complaints that I saw.
I'd have to agree with you, Chairman, on that one. I think it's a perfectly good carport, big plot. Once again, there was no complaints last night at 8 o'clock, so I would support the application, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so I'm quite happy to propose that one, that we would support. Secondly, is everybody else okay with supporting that application? Can we have a vote there, please? Everybody? Thank you. Any application received after the agenda was produced? No, nothing there. So we've now got correspondence, Jackie, please.
Correspondence, information only, no comments required. Land adjacent to Buffalo Gas House Road.
Planning calculation, as received, consider the next, this is information only. It's going to development control committee. That was all that one on there.
Yeah, I've actually seen that.
Yeah.
Plot.
And the other one, again, is for information only, going to a development control meeting, which is an item that we've actually already discussed on here, the full Wonderland at Richmond Avenue. The application is referred to be considered at the next meeting of the Development Control Committee on the 7th of August. So it's just those two there.
Got a site meeting today, so that'll be interesting. Well, they'll queue up to get in the room.
Nobody has asked for any other business for myself. I'd like to bring one up. We are live streaming today. I can't remember whether I seconded it, but I certainly voted for the live streaming. The part of it that I'm not really struck on is with the comments that can be made on it, because it's on Facebook, on social media. So if anybody comments, it goes in real time. And you can only see those comments if you then watch the full meeting back. I've not been able to find a way to see the comments.
I can see the comments,
You can see them,
Yes.
can you? But I don't know whether it's something that we should actually be putting on our town website.
We've put all the live stream meetings
On
on
there.
our website.
Yeah, but whether we should be putting them on there. West Suffolk, what they do with theirs, they record the meetings and then they put direct on there. That was how they were done. I don't know
Yeah,
whether
well,
that's.
the live stream meetings stay on our Facebook page for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
They're not accessible on our Facebook page forever. And then we have a YouTube channel, so they go on our YouTube channel and we provide a link on our website to the YouTube channel so people can always watch our live stream video.
Yeah. It was more the commenting that you can't see unless I couldn't see unless I watched that whole thing. I don't know, does anybody else watch them back?
I don't watch it, but I've only been told that some of the
If you watch it on Facebook, you can see, however, if people had comments that we thought were really relevant, and wanted to raise issues, they should be emailing them to us,
Exactly,
currently on
yes,
council, so that we can.
yeah.
so we can-
And that was the point that I was trying to, because if there was anything raised and you miss it, we don't act on it, then we could be seen to be,
We don't act on comments on Facebook.
On
If
Facebook,
you
no.
want to raise an issue, then you tweet them.
yeah. So that almost negates them having a comment section there. That's,
Facebook have that, so I can't do anything about that.
yeah, but is that where we want to be putting it? That's my question to you guys.
If you remove it now, then
I'm not going to play either.
Mhm.
I mean, I prefer if it went out on our website.
yeah, I understand what you're saying, I just don't know how it reflects.
Yeah. It's just the comments and that thing are missing, but as long as Jackie can, as long as they can be picked up there somewhere,
Mhm.
that we get them. That's the important part, that if there's a comment comes in there to me. And that was all from myself.
I just have that, I just want to let everybody know that our planning application has been in for a little while for the trees planting this year on Victoria Avenue. We've booked them in November and we're waiting to hear back from the planning.
Yeah, I noticed that on their website, that gone in there. And, yeah, we wait to judge on our own trees. Okay, so I think we can close this meeting if there's nothing else to discuss at 12:18. Thank you, everybody.